The following podcast has been brought to you by Banter Club.
Morning goodies, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Banter Club proudly brings to you, it is our very first NXT Takeover review.
Because this was monumental. It was Takeover XXX.
Or as Natalia thought it was, it's the 30th year anniversary.
Yeah, the 30 years of Takeover. Man, I remember back in the early 90s, those NXT Takeovers they were a little bit wacky, but good times.
Man. You remember Enzo Amore?
Oh, man. That was Attitude Era NXT, the late 90s. It was wonderful. The late 90s NXT might have been the best NXT if we're honest.
Let's go back to 80s NXT when fucking Rusev had a fucking skirt.
He was perfect. It was perfect. It was a different time, so he had no shoes on and all that type of situation, but it was.
Yep.
I think that's when NXT was at its truest, the 80s.
Do you remember when Cesaro had a first name?
Antonio.
Yes. Remember when Corey Graves was a wrestler?
Yes. He had a great 15-year career before he had to quit in the mid 90s and move on to commentary.
Yep. And wait a minute. All right. We completely the intro, bro. I'm the Angel of Death 6XL. I have been the longest reigning Ramblemania Champion, and I will continue to be, because right here and right now, the men who brought it back home to the club. Decisively as fuck.
Perfect score.
Perfect.
Perfect. That would be me. You're now 1, 2, 3, 4-time Ramblemania Champion of the world. That's right, 4 times. The Fortune 4. That's what this is. The Fortune 4th reign of the Ramblemania World Heavyweight Championship. That is me, TJ the Great. TJ the Great. Listen.
Nigga, you better put the zoom in now. You better get the zoom in on that motherfucker.
It's happening. I got the juice. Y'all want the tips? Y'all want the juice? Y'all want to know how to do this? You don't watch the show. You don't watch Raw. You don't watch SmackDown. You don't watch none of that bullshit.
Let me tell you something. The person... I was going to say the person who watches it the most, which is Hazel. Golly, son got his ass sparked. Then the guy who barely watches it, me, I watch it sometimes. I was a little higher up in the rank. But Tevin,
For what? Watch for what? I know what they doing. I know how they get down. Yeah, bullshit. I know how they get down. There's no need.
It's strange because I was like, they're gonna pull some bullshit, because I saw bullshit coming, because I was like, they can't beat Bray Wyatt. And then out of nowhere they were talking about, how they were gonna do it like a no DQ type of match situation.
Yeah.
And that's where I was like, nah, I gotta be Braun. But they didn't. They fucking wow. That was a different level of bullshit.
I think I went with them because their booking pattern with The Fiend thus far has been, if you beat Funhouse Bray, you lose to The Fiend.
True.
Because, I don't watch WWE Raw SmackDown, but I usually watch the pay-per-views. And I think at the last pay-per-view, it was Bray against Funhouse, Funhouse Bray against Braun. And they had that ending or whatever. So I figured he's unlocked The Fiend. Usually when you unlock The Fiend, you lose to The Fiend unless your name is William Goldberg. And Braun is not William Goldberg. So
hurt, heal, hurt, heal.
You got hurt. And Alexa got disappeared, apparently. So.
Oh my God. Yeah, she disappeared, but didn't she come back?
Wasn't she supposed to be like a part of that? People were asking her even like, "Hey, where were you?" And she was like, "Good question." So,
because remember she got slapped. Well, she slapped up Braun.
Yeah, and then he like.
Then after that, he threw her, and then fucking Bray was like, "No, I don't know why, because that would make him the face."
Yeah, but then.
What's really going on here? Anyways, we ain't talking about this shit.
Yeah, no, that was SummerSlam was its own
Fuck
thing.
that shit. Oh man, this is one that only had a few weird things here and there happen, and they were circumstantial.
Yes.
So fuck it. Let's talk about this pretty decent takeover. It was pretty decent. Got a little weird in certain places, but that wasn't, their fault.
Yeah. In the 30-year history of takeovers, there's been better ones, there's been worse ones, but this one, there's never been a bad one.
It was decent. Yeah.
They're 30 for 30 on good watchable shows, so that's to be commended and applauded.
Yeah.
So,
all right. Anyways, for the thousands in attendance,
all of you.
And for the millions watching at home,
even more of you.
Yeah. Let's banter. Holy Jesus.
NXT Takeover 30 from Full Sail, with our regular crowd. This is not the Thunderdome, pal. This is where we've been for the last few months. So it looks like a regular old pandemic era NXT. But honestly,
didn't they say we're back in Full Sail?
Yeah, they're back in Full Sail. They had their setup and everything. But otherwise, a regular pandemic era looking show. But for me, preferable. I prefer this to the virtual fans of the Thunderdome. I gotta say, I prefer the real fans of the Performance Center, even if they're just wrestlers. Like my boy Buggs, just screaming shit.
What is up with that dude?
He's taking his, hey, just be a fan job very, very seriously. He's taking it to heart.
Yeah.
Man, I missed him when at SummerSlam, just to bring that up one more time, when Braun pulled out that box cutter. I needed him in the crowd because he would have just been like, got him. We needed someone to shout the obvious at Braun Strowman. You want to pull out fucking knives and shit.
They just got him. Fuck it.
Yeah. We cutting up the ring for
He tried it. He tried to kill you, son. Fuck it.
Yeah, he tried to drown you. He tried to possess you. Like, come on. Just do it. End it. So, yeah, we need Buggs for that. But,
oh, man.
Nonetheless, we are here in Full Sail, the home of NXT. And you know what? I'm glad it's here. If not for anything else, this is NXT's home. So for the 30th takeover, why not have it here?
Speaking of for the 30th takeover, for the 30th WrestleMania, we had the exact same arena.
Yes, the triple X.
It's the same Tron. Yeah, same Tron. Exact same X's. I feel like they just grabbed them shits off and said, Dad, I'm going to need this for a thing.
Yeah, they probably just, hey, send that down from Stamford, from headquarters. And we're going to put that up in Full Sail.
I'm going to do it for my thing. My war.
It's mine. It's 30. I need it.
Yeah, last week it ended up being the fucking Saturday Night War. Who would have thought?
Yeah, shit.
And next week, there's not going to be a war. Same way this week there is no war.
Yeah, next week is definitely no war. NXT is going to be on Tuesday and AEW is going to be on Thursday. Yep. So
what?
Yeah,
this is insane.
But man, it's weird. It's a lot. A lot's going on.
I'm still going to watch it on Wednesday. Like I work Tuesday, so I still got to watch it on Wednesday. Unless didn't they say they're going back to Wednesday? World is weird. AEW.
Yeah.
I don't fucking. Anyways,
Anywho.
This show starts off with a really fun match.
Yes, the opening match on this show. Finn Balor the heel, Prince Fulton Devitt versus Timothy Thatcher. This is going to be some grapple fuck violence.
I'm going to try to get this right. Thatch can?
Thatch ass Thatch can.
Thatch can.
Yes. Which
Thatch can.
fully put on display in this match. Thatch ass Thatch can style. Yeah, this was about 15 minutes of pure wrestling, pure good old technical wrestling between these two. Which you always expect out of a Timothy Thatcher match. So
I think they're marks, bro. This was obviously a shoot. Like, who put on a shoot like this? Why?
Man.
Why are we doing this?
They heard about that Raw Underground shit, and this was Timothy Thatcher and Finn Balor's auditions. Like, hey, can we fix this? Can we make it some real shit? This is how you do it.
Fucking Finn Balor said, Captain fucking Underground.
Get the fuck out of here. That bullshit.
It looked like they was trying to make bread. That's what it looked like. It was just mad mashing and mending of body parts. It was weird.
Man.
It's almost like they thought they were Play-Doh. And then, I'm going to pull you here. I'm going to pull you here. It was the weirdest thing in the fucking world. They were just fucking ripping each other's body parts and limbs, and it was scary, but it was
very
fun
impressive.
to watch. Yes. Fucking Thatcher didn't look shitty in defeat either. Like,
absolutely not.
Yeah, and they let him wrestle the way he wrestles, which is perfect.
Like, Timothy Thatcher, I feel like, is one of those perfect signings for NXT. Someone to showcase a different style of in-ring as compared to what you would normally see in WWE. It's always good to have variety. I always preach that. And Timothy Thatcher brings that with that technical style. So I thought this was a very good match.
Excellent match. It was a wrestling match.
Yes. It was a professional wrestling match. Maybe the most professional one you'll see on this whole show. Mm-hmm. And in contrast, that takes us to the next match. Which is...
before that match, because that match is our match.
Yes.
That shit was... That was the match. But anyways, before that match, what the hell was going on commentary? So I realized that Beth Phoenix was on damn Skype, and it was just like, what? And then Corey Graves, I guess he's not used to it, so he was like jumping over her like all the way. It was just stressful.
Mauro Ranallo was not on commentary on the show. He has to be home with his family and deal with situations. So Corey Graves was brought in to replace him on this show. Yeah, makes sense. Corey Graves used to be on NXT as a competitor and a commentator. So sure, why not? The problem is, Corey Graves used to be a much different commentator, a much better one, before he went to the main roster and became a victim of Vince McMahon in your ear for 3 hours every fucking week. And he once subbed Mauro on Twitter for talking over Beth, and all he fucking did on this show was talk over Beth.
Mm-hmm.
Corey fucking
give me a
Graves,
second. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Hey, give me hold on.
He sucked the whole show.
Man.
But
yeah, he did.
I'm gonna give it to him in one particular match, and that's later on.
Still, it's just like... Hey, wait, hold on. Hey, excuse me. Wait, can I just... Yeah, I just... just give me a second. And it was like, corporate show. And I'm like, yo, shut the fuck up. Oh, man. They've turned him into Michael Cole. It's so fucking sad. Ah, damn, yo.
It's the same thing that happened to JBL.
Yep. And we know, we've seen the great commentary he used to do on NXT. So for this shit, it's just like, I thought you were going to go back to your roots, mate. I thought finally you took the chains off. You were going to be Corey Graves of old. Lies, mate. Lies.
He lives in the chains now. He lives in them.
It's like, you ever heard about that theory with cows? that if you put up an electric fence, you know, they're going to get used to always getting shocked when they go up to it, so that even when you remove it, they will stay in that area.
Yeah.
Because they're so afraid to pass what used to block them that they're like,
Yeah, they've
become accustomed to it. Yeah.
Pavlovian. That's
sad, bro.
That's what his commentary is now.
Pavlovian
Pavlovian dog shit. So that takes us to the next match, which, you know, in sharp contrast to this first really professional wrestling match, this was fucking bonkers. It was a spot fest. Ladder match for the vacant North American Championship.
Yes.
We got Bronson Reed versus Cameron Grimes versus Johnny Gargano versus Damian Priest versus Velveteen Dream.
To the moon!
To the moon, Cameron Grimes. He came close in this match, man. He had his moments.
Several times.
Yes. The mix of the big boy spots with guys like Damian Priest and Bronson Reed, you know, mixing with fucking Johnny Gargano, of course, being not only a technical wizard, but being willing to do whatever and put his body on the line.
He was Darby Allin during this match. I swear to God. He just, I'm gonna die. Fucking hell-bent on killing himself. It was just like, wow, really, son, chill. Oh, man.
And Cameron Grimes took his licks, too. And at the perfect times, he would come in just with his shit-eating grin like, Cameron Grimes, I'm climbing this ladder. And then someone would come and fuck him up. It was a really good ladder match. Velveteen Dream fucking died.
Several times.
Yeah. And
but there was one time in particular when he bounced. Remember when he bounced off the fucking plexiglass?
Yeah.
Like just blah. I thought he was gonna go through the shit.
If you're one of the people that is like, I don't want to see Velveteen Dream on TV, shit, they might have written him off for a little while in this match because he took his lickings, and after a while, he was not seen again. So
remember when he did the gimmick where he goes where he's doing his Velveteen shit?
Oh yeah, fucking. Also, he had a moment in this match where he has the Jeff Hardy ladder, the big one, and he climbs it, and you know he right in front of the belt, it's right in front of his face.
Yeah,
and instead of
he doesn't notice it because he's a dumbass.
Yeah,
he's just
instead of let me grab, he climbs down to a regular sized ladder so he can reach up as opposed to just grabbing right in front of him. So what?
But it was mad funny because he's like, yeah, turns around. Let me get to the smaller ladder. What are you doing?
Yeah, like hello.
Oh my God! You just had to go like this.
That
stupid ass. Oh well, continue.
Yeah. But with that, Cameron Grimes came close. Johnny Gargano came quite close. Bronson Reed came quite close, but in the end, it is the lone elder god of Earth Realm, Lord Raiden, the Thunder God, Damian Priest, recovers the strap.
The GOAT.
And he is your North American champion. You know, he said this was his first ladder match.
He took some bumps.
Yeah,
he took some. Let me tell you something. There was a gimmick where like they were going so fast that I was shook. They piled up a person, a ladder, a person, a ladder, a person, a ladder, a person, a ladder. Then Bronson Reed just ran into that shit. And it looked like a mofongo of people and ladders. It was absolutely insane. There was a moment where I think it was Dream and Gargano, or was it Grimes and Gargano? Where he jumps off the ladder and then the spine hits the fucking corner of the ladder. They didn't land flush on the ladder.
Grimes.
Instead, they hit the fucking corner of this shit.
Yeah.
And I was just like, and Gargano looked like he hit himself too. It was just like, why?
Just these guys took some
Absolute
punishment,
murder.
as you're wont to do in a ladder match, but man,
Raiden got his leg stuck in that. So there was a point in the same one where Bronson Reed ran and hit everybody in the corner. His leg was up. One leg was up. Oh shit. One leg was up, and then the other leg was like stuck between like two ladders, and I was just like, it'll be amazing if this motherfucker walks tomorrow. Luckily, I guess he bent it at a proper angle or what the fuck, but it just everybody took a licking.
I mean,
Everybody
Damien
got their
Priest,
ass. Yeah.
whatever injuries incurred in this match, I think he had a good recovery regimen afterward.
Yep.
You saw what he got up to in his celebration.
Bubble bath with hot ladies.
Yes.
And then Triple H doing he's the guy.
Yeah, dad stopping by real quick. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, you did it. He's just like, yeah. Oh, man. And another cool thing that was hilarious to me, when Cameron Grimes pulls out the little tiny ladder.
Oh, yeah.
What was that all about? Just,
Man.
what is that? I was over here like, I was waiting for Hornswoggle to pop up. I was like, that would have been a good Hornswoggle payday. Just, he picks out this little tiny ladder. He's like, what the hell? And then Hornswoggle pops up like, I don't know, give it back. And it just runs back under the ring. That would have been great. He just grabs it, runs right back under the ring. I would have cried. Woo! Yeah.
But,
or El Torito or some random motherfucker.
Yeah, I think they fired him, but yeah.
They could have made a fake El Torito.
Yeah.
You know, got in some random person to play him. He's not going to wrestle. He just got to grab the little ladder back and bring it back on the ring. Like, hey, man, I live here.
You got to get that back. But,
oh, man, go ahead.
Yes, that takes us into the video package for our next match, which is probably the most talked about match from this show.
Mm-hmm.
In his first ever professional wrestling match, Pat McAfee takes on Adam Cole. So, this match, I really did enjoy it. It was great. Like I said before, I expected Pat McAfee to at least be good. He surpassed that expectation. He was very, very good for, his literal first time in a pro wrestling setting, in the ring, in a big match. Given all the circumstances, I think he knocked it out of the park. Dude was excellent. And of course, having Adam Cole in there to carry you to something makes it even easier. So A+ job from everyone involved, except for Corey fucking Graves.
Wait. Before you get to him, I'm just going to say my piece.
Yes.
Match was okay. I had no problem with it. I just wish they would have built it properly. I feel like it would have meant so much more of the storyline if I gave a fuck about the storyline,
Yeah.
It was just so confusing and so cluttered that it was just like, I don't like it, It was like it should have went one way or the other, or figure it out. Their mistake was trying to make Pat the fucking face to begin with. Because as a heel, he's absolutely excellent. Just, I don't know why.
He gets it. He understands how to be a pro wrestling heel.
I don't know why, Triple H. Why did you even think of making that man a babyface? Never. Like, yeah, he's similar to one of us, where we like to talk the crap about the wrestlings and whatever. But I wouldn't just go up in there and wrestle for the fuck of it and fucking take over a takeover match. No, man, you fucking have a few matches here and there, pay your dues and such, Then, because they say he wants to be a legitimate wrestler. So that's what I'm saying. But to be honest, he might have had a whole bunch of quiet ass matches that we didn't know about. So I'm just like,
I mean, like he's been training. He has his own ring. He's been training for years. So
exactly. But in other words, my point is, if they were gonna go that route, they should have shown a little bit of this, a little bit of that. They didn't. It was just like he went on his show. He called them short, and he was like, "Hey, we don't do that shit anymore." That's what got me like, boo.
Yeah.
But that's about it. Other than that, the match was good. They did a cracking job. Pat did a great job. Great wrestling heel. If going forward, if that's what they want to do with him, I think he's got legs. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. And it's interesting that you bring up, the way they presented the story, because I'm going to tie that into my problem with Corey Graves in this match.
Okay.
You have, Adam Cole, longest reigning NXT champion of all time, pro of all pros in there with a dude who is having his first professional wrestling match. And Pat McAfee at several different points shows, oh shit, he can do this, he can do that. Like he locks up with Adam Cole, he can get him in the headlock, and every little time Cole is like, oh, okay, so you can do something, okay. And Pat is like, yeah, I can fucking do this. It's a good story to tell of, seasoned pro sort of underestimates rookie.
Yeah.
But you have Corey Graves undercutting the whole fucking thing the whole time by not shutting the fuck up, and he won't stop blowing Pat McAfee throughout the entire situation. Like, yes, if you want to, this is Corey Graves' problem and why I stopped liking him as a commentator. Sure, play heel, be Bobby Heenan. That's cool. But you have to find that balance of playing a heel character and telling the story in the ring, putting over the work going on in the ring. He crossed that line and became JBL, and he doesn't do that anymore. Every fucking thing he says on commentary has to serve the purpose of, I'm the heel. So I'm going to yell at you, Beth, or I'm going to yell at you, Vic, about how fucking great Pat McAfee is, regardless of where he is in this match. If Cole's got him down on the mat beating his ass, and Corey Graves is like, no, just you wait. Pat is going to come back from this. It's his first match, dog. Let him pop us when he shows us, oh shit, like he almost blew the whole fucking moonsault spot from the top that McAfee did. The whole, like, that's supposed to be where, all right, Adam Cole's gonna fuck him up, and he pushes him off, and Pat moonsaults, and he lands on his feet. Everybody stops. Even Cole is like, holy shit. And Pat McAfee's like, fuck yeah, look what I just did. That's the key spot of this whole match. And Corey Graves in the entire lead up is like, look at Pat up there. Look at what he's going to do. Look at what he's going to do. He's burying the lead on his big spot. What are you doing, dog? What are you doing?
Yeah, I guess I understand exactly well, I agree with you on all of that. It's just like he completely, like, not just blew his spot, but there was a couple times where it was just like, we've never seen him wrestle. Let us enjoy, you know what I'm saying? What's in front of our eyes. Instead of you screaming at us what's gonna happen next. Just let us enjoy. It's like going to a movie theater. Yo, look. Thanos gonna snap his finger and half the people gonna go turn into dust. You'd be like, why the fuck did I come watch this movie then?
Yeah.
If you're just gonna tell me what the fuck. And that's terrible. But then at the same time, it's like, I don't understand why nobody's ever seen him wrestle. Why is he acting like he's seen him wrestle before? That's just, it doesn't work. It fucks up kayfabe in many senses. Like, it just doesn't, no. But the other thing too to me is that he just kept talking over everything. Yeah. He didn't let any moment feel important, you know? It's like, you gotta, like, for example, when they were talking and stuff, he was like talking over them and shit. Like, I want to hear what they're saying in the ring. Shut up. But yeah, and then poor Beth is over here trying to make sense of storytelling, and it's just like, bro, if you don't shut the fuck up, yeah, it was off. And I have no problem with Corey Graves, like, you know. Yeah, when it comes to, like, it's just, this shit was weird. He was being weird and pushy, and, like, I don't know if that's what they were telling him to do on the, over the headset, but it was just, it didn't come off properly. It was just, he didn't feel like a heel. He just felt like a dick.
Yeah, he actively fucked up the presentation, the storytelling of this match. And I mean, of that, like, that's really my criticism of this match. The match itself, excellent. You know? Yeah. Thought Pat McAfee was great. I mean, if I had to give him a little criticism, he did just, like, walk right into place for the Panama Sunrise. But
yeah.
Whatever. First match.
Okay, give it to me.
Yeah, all right. I'm gonna die now.
All right, buddy, I'm ready.
Yeah. But whatever. He's taking a Canadian destroyer. Like I can cut him some slack there.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's his first match. It was good. Just
his boys doing the fake UE thing.
Oh yeah, with those Cole Suck shirts and yeah.
Yeah, the shirts.
Yeah. It was a fun little gimmick. Like I thought all the people involved,
and even his video. Remember?
Yeah.
Even his video. Like if you remember, like his video had mad little. It was just Pat McAfee everywhere.
Yeah.
And it was just his face on it. He felt like a real heel. It was good.
Yeah, like. At the end of this, I think we can make the determination. Pat McAfee, he belongs here. He can do this. He can.
Yep.
So, that's generally all I got to say. This was a very good match. For a lot of people, it was their match of the night.
Yep.
Not for me, but for many others, their match of the night. And I can't argue, it was very good.
Mine was the fucking ladder match. I don't want to hear it. Bronson Reed was Bam Bam Bigelow. Fuck it.
Hell yeah.
I was with all the shits, bro. Man. Back to this match. Yeah. Something that I found kind of like weird was like, where's your boys, Adam? Like,
yeah, they didn't. I guess Cole was just like, I don't need my squad to, and that was part of the story. Pat was like, you need your boys to do everything for you, and Cole was like, nigga, I don't need them to beat you.
And now here's something you don't even know about. Me and my boy Nevada made a bet, and it was like, if Pat McAfee got the UE to turn on Adam Cole, he was going to be on the show. And I was like, bet money, nigga, I'm with it. And I was like, you get to talk all this shit about Pat. You get to talk about how great Pat is. You can do it. You can be Corey Graves about it, and I'll be like, all right, cool. Oh man, Nevada, man, he's cool. I'm gonna get him on the show eventually, just for the fuck of it, because he's not a huge wrestling fan, but he used to watch back in the day, and he's a former football player, so the moment he found out Pat was gonna wrestle, he was like, oh word. Oh man, that's pretty dope.
Yeah, to have those lapsed perspectives is always good.
Yeah.
So that takes us to the next match, which is my personal match of the night. Yes. The NXT Women's Championship.
Yeah.
Dakota Kai versus Io Shirai. I thought this match was really good. I thought this match was really, really good.
It was. Yeah. Not even gonna lie.
Io, of course, with her final boss aura. Boss shit always. Yeah. But I thought that it is, like I said on the Go Home show to this, Dakota and Io, they've set the stage for Dakota to show that I'm not the fucking person that was afraid of Shayna Baszler anymore. I'm gonna whip your ass. And for very decent portions of this match, that's exactly what Dakota Kai did. She stepped up. She showed that, she's the captain. She's not that fragile person she used to be. So yeah, she was very, very impressive in this match. I'm glad her push seems to be steady and going through. I'm glad she fucking swerved us and Raquel is still hanging around in the picture. So because I think that duo was really good. It feels like Dakota got like all her momentum back, even though she lost this match.
I like who Raquel's becoming.
Yes.
At first she was a fake Diesel. But now she's slowly morphing into like almost like a China-esque character, like very, very stoic, like this like above and beyond type of person. I like it. She feels really dominant, if you know what I mean. Like she seems beast. Like, and then towards the end of the match, well, after post match, we'll talk about what happens. But go ahead, Tevin.
And the heels want to attack afterward, but Rhea and Dakota, they fend them off, and that leads to the tag match that we saw on tonight's NXT. So, good storytelling, good match that, again, even though Io won and retained her title, I feel like it reestablished Dakota and Raquel as like a top heel act in NXT's women's division.
I just loved how that ended, and I liked how cool it was because you got Rhea and you got Raquel just like staring each other down. And I kind of found it funny because it was like, okay, no, Keith. She went up the ramp. She backed out slowly, went up the ramp, and Rhea was still. They followed each other up the ramp.
Yeah, eyeing
and
each
they were
other.
still grilling each other and shit.
Yeah.
And then
the homie Buggs in the crowd the whole time.
Yeah.
Make contact. Just
like hit her
fight.
already. Like just hit her already like that. Y'all keep grilling each other. But you know, all that being said, I still find it funny because tonight we'll talk about this tomorrow. They still grilling each other.
Still, the beef is simmering.
Oh man! Cool thing is, at the end of this match, she grills Io one last time before she like dips.
Yeah, like,
which was, it felt like the Karrion Kross situation, where he was like in the rafters chilling with his shorty, like, a word, watch what's gonna happen. TikTok.
Just know I'm coming for that.
And hey, I fucked with it. I liked it.
It was good.
I like either good guy or menacing bad guy off in the distance staring down the champion. I like that angle. I just always do. Fucking, that's why I love Dexter Lumis. He's just always in the darkness, like,
yeah.
You should have been talking shit.
I was here the whole time, dog.
I've been here the entire time, motherfucker. Oh man, I love it.
But speaking of Karrion Kross,
oh shit,
that takes us to the main event.
It's time for the main event. It's time for the main event. It's time
for
the
the
main
NXT
event.
Championship.
It's time for the main event. Tevin knows exactly where that's from. It's time for the main event.
Keith Lee defends his NXT Championship against Karrion Kross.
Yes.
Finally here, TikTok.
This fucking video package again.
Again, this epic ass video package. The good of WWE production. And then Kross's entrance. The bad of WWE production.
Fucking Metallica everywhere. Hell yeah. Oh, I loved it.
Yeah, epic ass video package. Making you feel like it's Armageddon 2002 or some shit.
And for the first time, the entrance made sense. I'm like, yeah, this is what you would do for a takeover. I'm tired of you doing this shit every night, though.
The end is here.
Yeah.
All that. But, yes, Kross versus Lee. This match starts out hot. And I like that, because after all these weeks talking shit, Keith Lee just goes after him. Like, I told you, once the time came, I was going to whip your ass. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All business. I love the fact that when they got in the ring, now Keith Lee usually does his stuff for us, Bask in the glory, all that cool shit. Not this time. He got in that ring like, ring the bell, ref. Ring the fuck. And the North America, wait, not the North, the NXT champion, he lifts up the belt and whatever. He just looks at him like, I'm ready. Rings the bell. I'm gonna whoop your ass. Oh, man. Arrive, wreck everything, and leave.
Isn't that
wreck everyone?
Wreck everyone and leave.
And leave.
And that the large
Steve
canine.
Austin is somewhere going absolute nuts. Some bitch stole my gimmick.
What the hell is that, son?
I'm gonna whoop your ass. Oh, I loved it. Oh man, go ahead.
So yeah, this is a big boy fight in the early going between Kross and Lee. Mm-hmm. And I think outside is where it starts to slow down, where they start throwing them bombs into the hockey glass. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And at some point, we know now, Kross injures himself. Mm-hmm. Dislocates his shoulder, I believe. So from that point on, Kross is basically wrestling with one arm. And even though, you slow it down, brother, when you got one arm, you must slow it down even more than that. And the match did suffer for it.
Yep. It was a weird situation because it was just like the match started off really hype. Boom, 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 boom. Then it had a slow down moment, which you usually expect. And every time they try to like get out of that slow down moment, they would have to bring it back down to a slow down moment. It was like, what is going on? It's like, y'all keep trying to move back up to that same gear you started off with, but nothing's given. And I'm just like, looks like you're always stuck in second gear when it hasn't been your day, week, or month, or even your it hasn't been nobody's year.
No one's
to be honest, fuck this
is
year. But you know what I mean? Like they were just stuck there, and it was just like, why? And then like, you know, knowing what we know now, okay, that makes sense. But it was just like, what the fuck is going? And then the way it ended so abruptly, where it was just like, oh, we just still never got out of that second gear. Like, we just never did. It was just like, what? And then,
that Doomsday Saito, it has the issue that Bailey's belly to belly has, that if it isn't delivered in the right way, or it lacks a certain oomph, it is not a believable finisher.
It just looks flat as fuck.
Yeah. But you know, given the circumstances, it was what it was, as Steve would say. They had to deal with the situation, and Karrion Kross, your new NXT champion,
with a busted arm. And you know, I was pissed. I was like, they just really treated Keith Lee like a transitional champion. NXT? What? But knowing what we know now, he was getting called up, which is why he had to drop the title.
It still doesn't sit quite right with me, because
that was our last, you know, sight of Keith. That's why.
Yeah,
I feel you.
But I mean, even beyond that, it's just the whole way they went about getting both these belts, both onto and off of Keith Lee. Ultimately, none of it feels right because of how this ended. Like, and people will argue, well, NXT has always sort of given their baby faces short reigns, which is true. But with Sami Zayn, like, there was an obvious story there. Like, Kevin Owens came in. It was a shocking thing to have Kevin Owens betray him and then take the title. Nakamura, he had this rivalry with Joe. They traveled to Japan. All that stuff more or less made sense. This, it felt like, it really does feel like they put both those titles on Keith Lee because they wanted to compete with those big AEW shows.
Wow.
And then they didn't really know what to do after that. And they made something out of it with the North American Championship, fortunately, because, you know, they're good at salvage and things like that. Yeah. But with the NXT Championship situation, it just leaves a really, really bad taste in my mouth, knowing that y'all booked Keith Lee to become a double champion and make him feel like the biggest goddamn deal, only to just, well, he's going to give up this title and then lose the other one almost immediately.
Yeah, it was like, what pissed me off was just like, as story-wise, it's like, okay, it's going to be so bad that by the time that my vacated title finally gets its, you know, new champion, I'm going to lose my world title. So why give it away to begin with? Why not leave him as North American champion, have him finish that story out, and then you do the shit? Because he got called up.
Maybe in that case, you'd have time to, you know, come up with a new song for him instead of just give him generic Rock 12.
Oh, we talk about that on late night tomorrow show.
Yeah.
Because we'll talk about Raw.
Yeah.
We'll talk about Raw. We'll talk a little bit.
Just a little bit.
I fucking tweeted them. I was so mad. I was so fucking heated. Oh man. But yeah, man, this is what happened, and wow. And then this is what makes it weird. You did all that, and Karrion Kross fucks his shoulder.
So then, just like Keith Lee before him, he has to give up the title.
And now you got to come up with that title's cursed now. Is from what it.
That's what it feels like.
All the titles on NXT are cursed right now. That's what they feel
shit.
like. Fucking the cruiserweight title had a fucking tourney. It's true. The cruiserweight had a tourney. The women's title had a Charlotte.
Yeah, shit. I was gonna say, what was the women's title? Charlotte.
Yeah. The fucking, I don't know, the tag titles were dead for like...
Yeah, they were just gone. They disappeared.
Dead, yeah. Fucking... the Keith Lee, North American champion. Keith Lee, fucking NXT champion. Karrion Kross, NXT champion.
Yeah. Be wary. whoever wins. Whoever wins it next.
Nah, I'm not trying to be a champion, bro. I'm good.
Yeah,
Why not? It's the highest level of booking we can give you. I ain't trying to die, bro. Everybody who win that title either goes up there or goes up there or goes down there. Either way, I ain't trying to go nowhere.
Yeah, I like it right here.
I like being alive.
Yeah.
I don't like to Mercedes Martinez. No. Oh, man. Woo. If you get the joke, you get the joke. That means you watched last week's episode.
Yes. And that is the 30th NXT Takeover.
Wow.
A bit of a downer of an ending, but otherwise a solid show.
Man, we had Triple H doing the guy gimmick to fucking who used to be Punishment Martinez, which we've been watching forever, and finally has a WWE title on him. And he got to celebrate in a hot tub with shorties.
Yeah.
Yeah. New York shit, son.
Real New York shit.
And then Triple H, yeah, that's my son. That's my son. That's my New York. That's my son. And
that's my son.
He's like, yeah. Oh, that was great. That was a good moment, man. I wish Bronson won still, but that was still good. That was still good. Yeah.
He's got to get the first shot, right? Because he even said it on NXT.
I hope so, yeah.
I beat Damian Priest.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I want
it.
to get the first shot.
Give me all of it.
Yeah.
Although Thatcher was out there like, hey,
yeah,
Hulk Hogan, we coming for you.
Yeah, I'd choke a motherfucker out if I got to.
Yeah.
I believe it, but yeah, that's Takeover. It was a solid show with some solid matches and some big moments. And you know, again, 30 years of NXT Takeover.
Damn it, Natalia.
It's been a wonderful 3 decades.
What a wonderful 3 decades.
I went to the first one they did outside of Full Sail, the very first Takeover Brooklyn.
Yeah.
With that Sasha Bailey match. And
we deadass went to a Takeover.
Yeah, we went to Takeover 4, Brooklyn 4 last year. Or was that 2 years ago?
Was it 2 years?
Yeah, it's time.
It was like a year and a half.
Yeah, time. But yeah, we were there in recent times.
It was you know, before they ruined everything and nobody could go anywhere.
Yeah. When we were all allowed to be around each other in large numbers.
Yes, when being friends wasn't weird. Anyway,
Right.
may we bask in His glory one last time.
Yes, because I don't know what that song is, but over here, we still banging that CFO money. Bask in His glory. For He is limitless.
Damn, son. I'm all bask in His glory.
Gang shit.
Damn near broke my mic to give a shout out to my boy Keith Lee. All right, guys, that's the end of it. Tell them where to find us.
Yeah, you already know where to find us. Find us on Instagram at Ramblemania Show and at Banter Club Podcast. Find us on Twitter at Ramblemania, Facebook.com/Ramblemania Show. Also find our group there. Ramblemania Show's Banter Club is where we most recently did a watch along for this past Saturday's AEW
Yep.
Dynamite. So yeah,
Yep.
if you want to check that out, it's up there, the VOD, video on demand.
You need it, you know.
Yeah, I'll put a highlights version up on YouTube soon enough.
Yeah, because that version was extra long.
Yeah. Speaking of YouTube,
Hey.
where the video is, right here on youtube.com/Ramblemania Show. You come here, you like this video, you click that subscribe button, click the bell, so that when we drop the new-ish, it goes straight to you.
Like, share, and subscribe.
And as far as the audio, we are everywhere audio is found. That is Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Anchor, TuneIn, everywhere your podcasts are found.
Jesus.
Just search Ramblemania Show or Banter Club. As for me personally, you find me on Instagram at TJ the Great One. That's TJ the GR, the number 8, the number 1. And find me on Twitter at TJ the Great. That's TJ the GR, the number 8. It's as simple as that.
TJ the Great. 4 times.
It's back in the club.
It stays in the club.
Damn right it will. And you can find me on Instagram at the number 6, the letter X, the letter L. That is at 6XL. You can find me on Twitter at SIIXX. Ain't I great? That is at SIIXX. You all ready? Tevin, why did I botch you already? Tevin, I'm gonna need you to leave him with a too sweet
Too sweet
and a good fight.
and a good night.
The music plays itself. The music plays itself. The music.
It's already playing.